Hi, I'm Danny and these are my Diecast Disasters. In this video I'm going to be restoring and customizing a Matchbox Porsche 944 Turbo. Matchbox produced these from 1988 until 1994. They produced this metallic green version, a couple of black ones with fancy wheels, and a red version. This metallic green one was the first one they produced. Taking a look at it off of the turntable, it's pretty worn looking, missing a lot of paint there. I don't really dig that metallic green on it, and the decals are pretty hideous. The yellow turbo on the side, it's got nice opening doors there. Paint missing from the base. It's got a metal base, that's nice. And it's got a pretty yellowed windscreen. See if I can do something about that. There's only one rivet post holding it together. I drill that out and then it all came apart pretty easily. Pop the doors out here, and there's a little springy piece of steel that holds them in. I'll take that out as well and make sure I don't lose it. And I did all this step a couple of days before I planned on doing the rest of the work, so that I could have a go at retro braiding that yellowed windscreen. So here it is in a plastic bag with some hydrogen peroxide paste, and I sat it on my windowsill in the sun for a couple of days. Back to the body of the car, I use some paint stripper to remove the paint. There we go. If I've rinsed it all off, it's mostly gone. You never usually get all of it. So I give it all a good clean up with a wire brush on my rotary tool. Get rid of that oxidation there as well. There we go, they're looking a lot cleaner now. Next step was to drill out that rivet post and tap it so I can put the car together with a little button head screw later on. And with that all sorted, I can move on and start painting the car. Start out with some black primer. And then I decided to paint my Porsche 944 in a magnesium. Next I printed out a 944 Turbo license plate and I applied this to the front of the car. I've done some detailing there as well, the headlights and indicators, and I did the tail lights. Then it was all finished with a coat of nice gloss. So onto the base of the car now. It's a pretty solid piece of cast metal there. The suspension plate isn't too rusty. Just pop these old wheels out of here. I'm not going to be reusing those. And then I stripped the paint off it, and I'll give it a clean up with the wire brush. There we go, nice and clean and ready for painting. And it was just given a nice coat of satin black. Here's the interior. It's got a little bit of white paint or something on there. Just make sure that that's loose. Scratch it off with this pick here. Yeah, it's not on there too firmly, so I just gave it a wash and some soapy water, and then I painted it satin black. As per Rob from Matchbox Garage's suggestion, I'm going to give it the black and white checkered seats. So I've printed out some little tiny black and white checkers, and there I've applied them to the seats. looking sexy. Now going back to our windscreen. So here it is after 2 days sitting in the sun. I definitely think it's looking a bit less yellow. It would have probably kept clearing up if I'd left it another day or two, but I had to move on and make the video. It's a little bit scuffed, it's not too bad, but I give it a going over with some 2000 grit emery paper and then a good polish with some plastic polish. And this is how it's come out. I think that's looking pretty good. It's pretty clear when you look straight through it. Maybe still a bit yellow when you look at it through thick sections from an angle. So here are those terrible old worn out original wheels. Definitely not going to be reusing those. I'm going to be replacing them with these aftermarket ones here. I'll just take them out of their little package. I think they're kind of similar to the original Porsche wheels, but I don't want them to be black like this, so I give them a coat of aluminium, and then I've put the tyres on there. They're looking pretty cool. And finally, this little teeny bit of springy metal here. Give that a clean up with the rotary tool. And there we go, nice and shiny. So that's all the hard work done, and here are all the parts of our little Porsche 944 Turbo, refurbished, repainted and ready to go back together. While I'm reassembling it, we'll just take a moment to look back and be reminded of what we started with. Here is our very worn, scruffy looking little Porsche 944. Missing about a quarter of its paint there. It's got worn out old wheels and horrible yellowed windows that you can hardly see through. Let's see if we can get this nice piece of German engineering a little bit tidier looking. And here it is, our finished Matchbox Porsche 944 Turbo custom restoration. Stripped, cleaned up and repainted in a cool magnesium. It's been detailed inside and out. It's got those checker seats on it now. It's had that worn out looking windscreen retro brighted and polished. I think you can see through it pretty well now. And it's got a nice new set of aftermarket mags on it. I really like how it's come out. Not a huge fan of the shape of this car, but I definitely think it looks pretty good in that colour. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Thanks heaps to everyone for supporting the channel. Extra special thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters who give a little each month to help me keep making videos. If you'd like to join them, you can check out the link in the description below. Thanks heaps for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see more similar stuff, remember to subscribe and click the bell so that you get notifications. Give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.